aim of life is to live, and to live means to be aware, joyously, drunkenly, serenely, divinely aware. Henry Miller. The ultimate purpose of human existence does not lie in a frantic race towards some distant finish line, but in our complete and conscious presence within every breath of reality. Living has never been a mere mechanical existence. It is not simply about drawing breath, fulfilling obligations, and quietly crossing off days on a lifeless calendar. To truly live is to dwell in a state of profound awakening. It is the moment we perceive the subtle stirrings within our soul, open our hearts to embrace the kaleidoscopic flux of the universe, and deeply grasp that each passing second will never, ever return. The greatest human paradox is losing life itself in the relentless effort to seek it. We become so consumed by busyness that we forget why we exist, tirelessly chasing the phantoms of tomorrow while abandoning the fertile soil of the present beneath our feet. Our minds drift endlessly through untethered dimensions of time, gnawing on regrets of what has passed, trembling over uncertainties yet to come, while the sole fountain of life flows only here in this very moment. Awakening does not mean wearing a perpetual, forced smile. It is the courage to confront and embrace every spectrum of emotion without fleeing. There are days when the soul glows radiant like sunbeams piercing through foliage. There are days as serene and still as a dawn lake, and there are days when tempests rage across the mind. When inner stillness prevails, even pain and sorrow transform into wise teachers. They remind us of what is truly sacred, what must be surrendered, and who we truly are once stripped of all worldly masks. To live joyously is to be moved by the simple and ordinary, a pristine morning, a gaze of deep understanding, or an innocent, unburdened smile. To live passionately is daring to pour your whole heart into the ideals you believe in, immersing yourself in pursuits that awaken resonant melodies within your soul, rather than existing as a mere automaton, repaying mortal debts. To live serenely is knowing how to release the relentless craving to control all things, and to live divinely is to behold existence as an enchanted gift where every fleeting moment is worthy of reverence and cherishing. The greatest tragedy of life is not the death of the body, but traversing an entire journey without ever having truly inhabited your own life. You may hold the entire world in your grasp, yet your soul remains barren if you have lost the capacity to feel the pulse of life. Slow down your pace, look a little deeper, feel with the whole of your heart, rather than dissecting through pure intellect. Life has never demanded that you become a flawless, pristine entity. It only asks a quiet, simple question. Right now, standing here, are you truly alive? And if your heart answers yes, then in that very instant, existence is already complete, boundless, and whole. Follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. Joseph Campbell. There will be seasons in your life when it feels as though the road ahead has completely vanished. Surrounding you are only towering walls built of failure, rigid prejudices, self-doubt, and cold rejections. The harder you struggle, the tighter the suffocation feels. Yet, tragedy does not lie in the absence of a pathway, but in our failure to find an inner fire fierce enough to propel our feet forward. Passion was never meant to make the journey easy or smooth. It is an anchor of the spirit, granting you unparalleled courage to stand tall when adversity strikes. When you dedicate yourself to something with pure and fierce devotion, you no longer act merely for the tangible rewards of the moment. you move forward because of a profound inner calling, a sacred summons you refuse to betray. It is this very strength that transforms failure from a dead end into an illuminating lesson, turns rejection into redirection, and transmutes impassable obstacles into invitations to discover an authentic path. When you commit with your whole being, the universe around you seems to shift into alignment. New possibilities quietly unfold, kindred spirits appear, and groundbreaking insights, once beyond imagination, suddenly spring to life. Not because the universe favors you, but because you have transformed. Your vision is broader, your intuition sharper, and your spirit primed to receive hidden opportunities. An aimless wanderer sees a wall and immediately halts. A person ignited by passion gazes upon that same wall and asks, "Where is the way through?" If they cannot cross it, they go around. If they cannot go around, they build a ladder. And if no ladder exists, they will forge it with their own hands. Such is the miraculous alchemy of passion, turning impossible from a final verdict into a daring challenge. It proves that failure is not a testament to inadequacy, but invaluable data sculpting your mastery. Do not merely chase superficial glamour, fame, wealth, or the fleeting applause of the crowd. Seek that which keeps you studying and laboring when no one is watching, standing resolute when no one else believes, and rising with calm determination, even when the outcome remains shrouded in mist. Perhaps today, what looms before you is still a cold and impenetrable stone wall. Yet remember, a wall is never the end of the journey. Often, it is merely the disguise of a hidden door, patiently awaiting your bravery to be unlocked. Pursue that which awakens your soul. For when you relentlessly march toward your truth, doors that seemed impossible to exist will part of their own accord, welcoming you into a boundless new horizon. The big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you're willing to work. Oprah Winfrey. Beholding the radiant triumph of successful figures, we often believe there must be some hidden, esoteric cipher behind it all. We frantically search for a magic formula, a miraculous shortcut to carry us to glory without the grueling years of discipline. Yet life's truth is disarmingly simple. There is no great secret. Every awe-inspiring miracle in this world is woven from the most humble threads, an unshakable purpose, a decisive resolve, small actions repeated every day with iron discipline, and the grit to stand firm before the fruits of labor take shape. The world only marvels at the instant you stand atop the mountain peak, blind to the countless solitary, silent, and blood-stained steps in the dark that carried you there. Human nature craves instant harvest, yet lacks the patience for planting and nurturing. We long to transform our lives, yet loathe the monotony of repetitive habits. We yearn for greatness, yet dread the clumsy beginnings. We hunger for victory, yet surrender the moment our efforts yield no immediate rewards. It is this very chasm between fickle desires and relentless endurance that has buried countless dreams in their infancy. Effort does not guarantee that every milestone will unfold exactly as you envisioned. Yet without it, you will never discover the true boundaries of your human potential. Where you begin your inherent talent, background, or resources is never the ultimate deciding factor. What truly shapes destiny is your willingness to learn with patience, correct course with composure, and rise to take one more step after every fall. Envision your dream as a majestic, towering peak. No one conquers a mountain in a single leap. Each step may seem tiny and mundane, but thousands of unyielding strides gathered together will lift an ordinary person from the deepest valley to the soaring heights above the clouds. Do not waste your vitality chasing the illusions of shortcuts. Begin today with the tasks you know must be done. Read one more page, give 1% more effort, endure one more long day, and tomorrow repeat it all with undivided focus. What the world hails as the secret of success, when distilled, is simply someone doing the right things longer and more persistently than everyone else. You do not need mystical miracles to reinvent your life. You need only a guiding beacon, an iron will, and the valor to walk through the night before the dawn breaks. There is no grand secret. There are only small, humble efforts accumulated deeply and long enough to crystallize into a magnificent miracle. Throughout life, people will make you mad, disrespect you, and treat you bad. Let God deal with the things they do, 'cause hate in your heart will consume you too. Will Smith. Along the winding paths of existence, we inevitably endure wounds inflicted by unprovoked injustices. These may be venomous judgments, betrayals of trust, or scorn and cruelty from those we once held dear. Faced with an open wound, the ego's primal reflex is a fierce desire to retaliate. We ache to see our tormentors taste the very same agony, craving instant justice, demanding immediate retribution. Yet, right at that threshold, a profound truth must awaken within us. The moment we harbor hatred, we surrender the mastery of our own soul to the very person who wounded us. Initial outrage may be an inevitable human reflex, yet if continually stoked, it becomes a smoldering fire that incinerates the sanctuary of your soul. We imagine harboring malice is a weapon to punish our adversary, yet we are the first to be consumed by its flames from within. Those who wronged you may have already moved on to new horizons, while you remain imprisoned in the dungeon of the past, replaying every bitter word, picking at every faded scar. They have long departed, yet you allow their ghosts to reign over and ravage your mind day after day. Forgiveness has never been about condoning wrongdoing or denying your pain, nor does it mean diminishing your worth to endure endless injustice. Forgiveness is an act of supreme courage to liberate yourself from a darkness that does not belong to you. You can establish inviolable boundaries and walk away from toxic ties to protect your dignity, all without carrying a single seed of bitterness in your heart. Surrendering to divine justice or the law of karma, at its core, is the art of releasing the gavel of judgment from mortal hands. There are karmic entanglements beyond our influence, wrongs we cannot single-handedly balance, and lost souls we can never redeem. The only realm over which you possess sovereign dominion is your own attitude toward life. Return those transgressions to the cosmic currents of causality and dedicate your sacred energy to healing, renewing, and elevating yourself. Life is far too fleeting to reduce your heart to a museum of ancient grievances and bitter wounds. Every minute spent in resentment is a minute stolen from your inner peace. Every time you reopen an old wound, you tear apart the delicate healing that time has painstakingly woven. Let those who sow cruelty carry the karmic weight of their own deeds. As for you, claim absolute responsibility for your own tranquility and inner sovereignty. Never fight darkness with darkness. Step boldly into the light, for the sweetest, most triumphant victory over those who harmed you is not ruthless vengeance, but living a life so luminous, serene, and free that they hold no power within your mind ever again. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. David Thoreau. Two contrasting visions coexist within the chambers of every mind: the life the world expects you to live, and the life your deepest self passionately longs for. Between these two realms lies a vast abyss of choice. We hear the clear call of the heart, yet falter before the critical gaze of others. We harbor grand aspirations, yet doubt our own worth and ability. We yearn to soar, yet the fearful voice within whispers, "What if you fall into ruin?" And so, countless souls choose the shelter of a muted existence over venturing into the uncertain yet sacred domain of their destiny. Yet dreams were never born to be worshipped and admired from a safe distance. Dreams were born to be breathed into flesh and bone through sweat, labor, and courageous steps. True confidence is not the naive assumption that you will never fail. It is standing before the unknown with the unwavering belief that you can learn from adversity, adapt to shifting tides, and rise with dignity after every fall. A confident person is not free of fear, but one who refuses to let fear usurp the throne of their destiny. Behold the solitary lighthouse standing in the midnight ocean. From afar, a vessel cannot see the entire voyage or the treacherous currents lying in wait. The beacon illuminates only a short span of water before the bow. Yet, as long as you steady the helm and steer courageously toward that light, each subsequent mile will reveal itself. Life operates by this very principle. We often demand all the answers before embarking, when the truth is that the most wondrous revelations emerge only after our feet have already begun the march. Do not delay your dreams until conditions become perfect. Do not wait for boundless wealth, exhaustive experience, external approval, or some mythical golden hour. Perfection is merely a clever veil crafted by the mind to justify cowardice and delay. Begin where you stand, with whatever humble tools you hold in your hands, taking a single modest step, charged with the full conviction of your faith. There will be days shadowed by self-doubt. There will be voices insisting that your dreams are foolish, impractical, and hollow. Yet etch this truth upon your soul: the world can only perceive the visible limits of who you are today. They can never fathom the towering greatness of who you are destined to become. This singular, unrepeatable life belongs to you alone. Never settle for playing a supporting role in a script written by fear, dictated by the expectations of others, or haunted by past defeats. Stride boldly toward the horizon that makes your heart sing. Take action, even while your knees still tremble. Hold fast to your conviction, even when the road ahead is veiled in thick mist. For when you gaze back at the twilight of your journey, the greatest sorrow will never be the scars of daring leaps. The deepest regret of a human life is having carried a luminous dream, yet never finding the courage to truly live the life you imagined.